Hello guys, I'm glad you're here to see my video. So today we are going to learn what are variables and identifiers in various programming languages, and especially we are going to see what are variables and identifiers in Python. So let's get started. So first of all, you may have something for storing, like we something to store everything, like water in its glass, pots, utensils, pipes. They're stored over there, storage area. And whatever your favorite things, books, while moving and packing, you use such types of boxes. So these are some storage areas. Store something in them. Well, variables are just like that for coding programs, not small programs like Hello World. For coding complex and big programs, which we will see later, you need to store some information and then you manipulate it as required. And this is where variables can help us. So what are variables? Variables in simple language we can say something which varies. Their values can vary. Just like in maths, you give some variable to a number and it changes according to the equations and expression we use. So just like that. And variable, you can store any piece of information in a variable which are used in programming languages. Any piece of information I mean by that is array, strings, just like numbers, strings. By strings I mean alphabets like hello world. We can store any sort of information in that. They are nothing but just part of your computer's memory where information is stored. To be identified easily, each variable is given an appropriate name. Just like my name is something coding Rojo, your name is. In order to identify us with something, we need some names, and these names are called variables. Let us see a program. Let us see how to code variables and use them in a program, so we can get a little bit understanding of that. So we will type int x. Well, int basically is a data type which we will study later. Int x is equal to 10. Here what I want to tell you is that in Python we don't have to specify the data types of the variables. Well, in other languages like C, C++, Java, we have to specify those data types, and the same does not happen in Python. So x equals to 10, y equals to 12, and then we will print this variable. To print variables, we have to just write the variables by using comma. So writing x comma y. Now we will execute it. Where is run without debugging? Yeah, here it is. So the output is what we get as 10 and 12, the same values which are assigned to the variables x and y. Now the values are stored as x in computer's memory. As I told you before, that variables store any piece of information. Now by changing the value of x equals to 11 and running this code, we will get at 11 and 12. Well, you can put any sort of information in that. Just like I said before, you can use strings and float numbers. By float number I mean decimal numbers, and the numbers which use decimals, point like 4.3. Here it gives the value 12. Now if I want to change the information in variable and put it like a string by sending some alphabetical messages like hello and good day, we will store it hello in x and good day in y, and then run the code, and what we will get is hello good day. So this is the example that we can store strings in that and use it in any way, like printing the variables. This is what we got. To change this into hello 1 2 3 4 5, so we will write 12.4. The 12.4 is a type of float number. This is what we get as hello 12.4 output. So this is what we get. 12.4. I just wanted to say that we can use any sort of information to store in a variable, just the way I taught you. The variables which we have used are written by us only in the program. Like we have assigned the value to the variable and then we have printed. And if we want someone else, like user, someone is using this coding program as an output only, and then he or she wants to assign the values to these variables, so we can do this by using input function. So assigning it to a variable called name equals to input and then curly braces. Now this name will get input as input from the user who is using this. It has already printed hello and 12.4, and in order to get name we will have to type the name in the output, that is by user, and then we will get the hello 12.4 max. It has already printed hello 12.4 in upper one because we have used it in here, print xy, so it executes that line and that's why it has printed hello 12.4. Then after that we have written max and we have given input to the program or the code, and that input has been shown over the next line, that is hello 12.4 max. So this max name has been given by us to them. If you want to give message to the user that enter, now user is not that he will get to know what we have to type. We will have to tell him or her that you have to type this every time, and if you don't want that, you will have to give message to him or her, just like enter your name. So how you will give that to him or her? In the program itself, you will use input function again, and we will type message enter your name in double quotes. Enter your name please, to look somewhat humble to the user or the customer, whatever, and then we will run this program to let you know what will be the output of this program. So max, and running this program and deleting print xy to avoid. So it has given message enter your name please, hello 12.14. After that we will write that Mary, and here is what we get as hello 12.4 Mary. Now you have got, so if you want to give message to the user in the form of input, then you can use it like this. I'm talking about identifiers. Identifiers are basically some, as the name suggests, they are the name given to identify some, just like I said. Variables are examples of identifiers because we assign some value to a name and that name we use further in the whole program, and the identifiers are super type of that. So, but there are some rules while following identifier, and those rules include, like, the first character of an identifier must be an underscore or letter. You cannot use number as the first character of that identifier. You will have to use an underscore like this, or an alphabet like R. Letter can be uppercase, lowercase, anything, but not a number, special character or anything, just underscores and alphabets. But you can use numbers afterwards in the variable or afterwards in that identifier. When the first character is assigned as an alphabet or underscore, you can assign any value, any alphabet, any character after that, like 1, 2. You cannot use a number as the first character of an identifier. Next rule is identifier names are case sensitive. So if you use capital N for in the print statement as a capital N for name in the print statement, and you have not changed that in the variable here itself, then you will have an error. What will be the error? Let's see. It is name error. Name is not defined. So this tells us that identifiers are case sensitive. So if you use any sort of alphabet, you must be sure the cases given are right and correct when used and when declared and when created. If we write small letter n and then print it, we will get this, and the output will be this and Sarah. So typing this, the program is successful. And the next rule is punctuation characters such as @ dollar and percent character are not allowed within identifiers. Like here we @13, we cannot use this, so using it in a variable like y @ and print using it in print and then running, what we will get at outputs, let's see. Syntax error. This is basically a syntax error only because of @ used, as the special characters, punctuation characters cannot be used in them. You cannot even use point. Changing the special character will not do anything. It will also produce an invalid syntax error. You can use underscore, but you cannot use that minus sign. To let you know how to use underscore, we will get an output like this. Enter your name or RT and here. So it is possible, but you cannot use the other sign similar to that, which is somewhat upper, and the sign we use for subtraction purpose. Now in Python, assigning single value to multiple variables is possible, like giving value x equals to 12.4 and y equals to 12.4. We will get to run that program and we will get an output, valid output, whatever we have typed. If we change the variable as xx and the variable is same but the value has changed, the value changed will also be reflected over output, that is 12.3 and 12.3. If we change it as 12.4, the same output will be there which was before, that 12.4 and 12.4. As you change the value in next lines, the value will get changed and the changed value will be reflected in output. You must be thinking that in first case x was 12.4 and in second case 12.3. Then while we print xx in a different way, why it was not 12.4 and 12.3? So we will get to that later. First typing x equals to yo and double quotes. If we assign a string to some variable, you will have to use double quotes or single quotes for that. Now we have changed the value of x 3 times, that is 10. Third time, the last time it has changed is 1009, and that's why by printing xx we get is 1009. While we print xxx, the output will be same, we will get 1009 3 times, just like this. And then you must be thinking, why? If you have changed it 3 times, then it should print that 3 times only, like 12.4, yo and 1009, because we have used x in the print function 3 times, so it should print like that only, that 12.4, yo and 1009, but it is not doing so. So to print the values like that, you will have to use a different approach. You will write print function after every assignment of variable, where like here after x 12.4 we have used print, after x equals to yo we have used print, and after x equals to 1009 we have used print, and the output we will get is the way we want it, like 12.4, yo and 1009. So this is the way we have to use Python. And now if you have any sort of doubts or any sort of doubt regarding this video, you can ask me in the comments or DM me on my Instagram account. The link is given below in the description. And if you like this video, be sure to press like button. If you want any doubt to be solved, please put it in the comments or DM me to Instagram account. And if you find it helpful for your other friends, colleagues, or any one of your acquaintances, you can share it to them. And If you find it helpful and you want videos like this further, please be sure to press subscribe button and press the bell icon to get notified every time I post a new video. So thank you.